Destinygundum, and today we're going to be going back a little old school, doing a showcase of one of my older customs. It's been exactly about a year or so since I actually finished this custom, and it's nice to see how far I've gone from this set. So basically I'm going to be showing off this set as a whole, and I'll go over one transformation only because a lot of them are very intricate, but at the same time they get the job done. So this set is the Transformers Fall of Cybertron Combaticons set, which is a fully transformable Combaticon set. However, they do not have combiner joints, so they do not actually combine together, which isn't really a problem for me because I enjoy the Combaticons individually and together as Bruticus, which is why I'll be showing the set as a whole. So first off, we're going to start off with Bruticus. Since Bruticus is obviously the main part of the Combaticon team, he is this hulking giant, and the way I've replicated this is I actually had a Unicron shell, or just an old broken Unicron figure, and I scratch built this entire Bruticus Fall of Cybertron figure, which is basically this very large action master of Bruticus. Now, Bruticus here, the head sculpt could use some work. It's very barren. His legs look good. Quick 360. It is very huge. It stands approximately 13, 14 inches tall. Has a variety of colors. There's the backs of the legs. This is the original Unicron heel, which is actually very dusty since I haven't touched this thing in a long time. But yeah, so this is the original Unicron heel. This is basically original Unicron legs, and then just building all around that. This whole torso section up here is brand new. It's very lightweight, so you can pull off a lot of crazy cool poses with it. Double jointed elbows. This hand can actually pop out and be taken off to be replaced with this flamethrower from the game. I'm a big fan of Fall of Cybertron. It is one of the best series of Transformers ever. Even though it's a game, I love how they linked it with Transformers Prime, and that's definitely one of my favorite Transformers series next to animated. So yeah, this is just this really big Fall Cybertron figure. Now, as you'll notice, the colors are a little weird because I was never able to mix together the perfect color for Blastoff and Vortex. Now that's the unfortunate part. But as for Swindle, I had the perfect colors. Brawl, pretty close colors, and Onslaught, okay. So yeah. Yeah, that's why I kind of made a cross between G1 and Fall Cybertron. So there's that. So just really big figure. Might as well compare them to something. So here, oh shoot, here I have Transformers Fall Cybertron Optimus Prime. There he is. He stands about. He doesn't even reach his knee joint. It only goes up about that far. So this is definitely a Titan-sized figure. Yes. Now, but obviously G1 proportions, they get kind of crazy. But yeah. So moving that off to the side, let's go over the Combaticons now. Individually, they all look pretty cool. So first off, we'll start off with Swindle. Now, interestingly enough, Swindle isn't made out of a Swindle figure. It's actually made out of a Roadbuster, because I like Roadbuster's head sculpt better than Swindle. But I ended up doing this project, which I just kind of did. I didn't really think about it. Initially I did want to do a Fall Cybertron Bruticus custom because I really did like the designs from Fall Cybertron, and then but I realized that it would be too long term, and picking up all the figures would be definitely on the more expensive side, and putting all this time into it would definitely be kind of more expensive, obviously. But I did end up accidentally picking Roadbuster. Well, not accidentally, but just I picked it up, and I really liked the figure, and I really wanted to modify it into something that could be better, so that's why I created this. So yeah, overall he stands around the same size as a regular Deluxe, which is very nice. So there he is with Prime. And then he obviously comes with his Scatter Blaster, which is a really cool weapon. I really like. This is also another reason why I picked Roadbuster, is because they all came with the Fall of Cybertron weapons. So this is obviously the Scatter Blaster, which is nice. And then I did do this little thing where you can take out this joint. I haven't done it in a while, so bear with me. Alright, so take out the joint, and then like in the game, the arm transforms into the Scatter Blaster. So you can go ahead and mess around like that and make it look like he's actually shooting something. So there's that. Shoot. Now, of course, since these are transformable and they look pretty game accurate, as I would say, I tried my best. If Yeah, but this was a year ago, so I am thinking of revisiting the project to just get even more crazy with it. Maybe do the combining thing, maybe making it a full transformation, because a lot of this is parts forming for the whole set. So there is Swindle. Now he obviously has great articulation. A lot of the details from the CG model are there, like the pipes. The chest has been condensed. It's a lot better looking silhouette. The legs are like that. Moving on, my second favorite, which is Blastoff. Blastoff turned out amazing. These little missile pods are actually they actually do work into the transformation. So even though they fall off a lot, they actually do transform. But the only part that you actually have to take off would be the arms, because the arms are just too big. But I really enjoyed how this silhouette came out. This is basically very similar to how he appeared inside the game, which is awesome. Oh shoot! So yeah, here's Blastoff. So Blastoff is looking really sweet there. It was fun picking out all the details. Obviously, there's some purple still showing through from the original paint job. I didn't do a very good job painting it back up, so probably gonna revisit that. But these missile pods, man, I really like how they turned out. Initially, I believe they have a magnet, so they would attach up here, and then this joint in the back would just be for stability. But I guess that didn't work out so well. But yeah, never made it past painting. So there's that. So there's Blastoff. Now what's weird is Blastoff is the shortest out of all of them, so that's quite a shame. Next off we have Vortex, which is the second largest. This one was a completely scratch built figure. I actually used a movie one long arm, which just for this upper section. Now the rest was scratch built, like the arms, and yeah, so definitely much more menacing looking than the actual figure that Hasbro released. It does transform a bit parts forming related, I believe. I believe I take off the arms, but I haven't transformed these guys in a while. But yeah, I definitely will revisit the project to try to reincorporate the whole fully transforming method and give them better paint jobs, and you know, give them kind of allow them to make it through the test of time. But yeah, so basically his legs would transform into the front of the helicopter, and then this tail section would flip all the way back up, and then you kind of get the gist of it, right? But yeah, so second biggest, so that's kind of a problem. But I do like Vortex. In the game he was kind of big because he was a big old helicopter, as opposed to Blastoff. And then next up we have Brawl. Now what's cool is Microblaze Creations, I believe, already created a special upgrade set for Bruticus, which is Onslaught with a Military Titans MBC-01, I believe, and it upgrades all the initial figures with new weapons and like body upgrades. So basically, when I discovered that set was coming out, when it was still in its early prototype stages, I was building this project, so that was how long it was ago. But the set is out right now, so you can go ahead and pick it up. But it does do a good job of outfitting the older Brawl with game-accurate things such as the vents on the side of his legs. This part keeps on falling off for some reason. This is kind of stupid. But yeah, I just tried to make it as stocky as I could. Extended the arms, definitely. The torso now has a torso joint in there. A lot of new parts, just trying to make it stocky looking. I kind of wish I could change up the chest, maybe make it look better. Future project thing, but yeah, there's that. And then finally we have Onslaught, which is a very large figure, Voyager size, I believe. This was a completely scratch built figure, and it did not come out, or no, it's a little bit bigger than Voyager. Here it is next to Thundertron. It did not turn out the way I wanted to be honest. The transformation's really easy. It's very kind of mindless. Like I kind of feel like I could have done better overall, so I definitely will be revisiting this guy, if anything, because he falls apart often, so I might as well fix something about that. But yeah, good articulation, because of his lacking in transformation. He does not have any moving tires, which is quite of a shame. Yeah, and then so he has all sorts of joints, so you can put him in poses, but unfortunately they don't come with weapons except for Swindle, because Swindle has the scatter blaster and the original pea shooter. But yeah, so yeah, these are just really big figures that I built, and then it was a interesting choice for me because it's the first time I was actually making a deluxe size figures that would transform back into a vehicle mode, because those are quite difficult to make. But yeah, the face sculpt on this guy was, it's alright. I could have done better. It's kind of goofy looking. It's on a double joint neck, double jointed shoulders, 180 elbow, thighs are free, so are the knees, double bend at the knees, and there is a little joint at the foot, so you can have that ankle tilt. But definitely we'll be revisiting this guy. This guy was fun to build, a little bit frustrating at times because I wanted to just, and halfway through I just said screw it, I'll take my own way of building Onslaught. So there's Onslaught. Now back to the transformation thing. The only one I can really transform on screen is a Swindle or a Roadbuster, because his transformation is the easiest. So basically what you need to do is you need to flip out the chest pieces, which makes the front part, so basically like that, and it creates that front part. And then you want to rotate this whole section up, and using the combiner joint, which actually allows everything to just kind of shift around, you want to push the combiner joint all the way through, and then rotate the head around. Now the feet is always going to come off, but and then do the same, rotate these arm pieces around like that, like the normal transformation, just like that. And then you want to take this back rear section and then bring it forward. Rotate this torso section first, and then next up you want to pull off these sections on the legs, and then they're actually magnetized, so you bring them together, and then you pull them out ever so slightly, and then they're on an interesting joint system, so you can pull them up, and then you push them back in, so you get them at a different angle. And then back here, you just do that, and then there's a whole bunch of lining up pegs, or lining up joints that I made to actually complement the set. So doing that, and then next up you want to kind of just realign everything so it looks like a car. Yeah, trying to do that is easier said than done, because it just doesn't want to work with me right now. But there's the car, or most of it. Then you want to take these pieces, which actually do cement everything back together. And what they do is you flip them around, and there's a peg on the legs, and there's a peg on the body, and that basically makes it so everything stays together. And the feet, you just want to flip down. And then same with this side, I just need to find the correct peg system, and then the hands do that, and then these do that. It does not want to work with me right now, but in a nutshell, here is the transformed version of a Swindle figure. Now, the previous issue with the other Swindle was that its profile was way too large, it looked too wacky, and too much like a driving foot. So I wanted to get this really sleek looking profile, and I gotta admit, that is sleek. The wheels are, the car is approximately as wide, or a little bit wider than the wheels themselves, which is really nice. I really enjoyed trying to fiddle with the transformation like that. Unfortunately, it's really wide now. It's pretty much like it's wider than a figure, a deluxe figure. So there's that. And also you can take the gun and kind of hide the back of his head, make it look more like tactical. But yeah, in the game he kind of transforms into this doom buggy thing. I tried to get it as close to that as I could, but unfortunately, because you know it's a game versus real life, so there's that. But yeah, here's the transformation for Swindle, and so all of them have pretty similar, not similar, but very intricate transformations. So I'm only going over Swindle because he is the easiest, as I mentioned earlier, and several times before that. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, like, I did enjoy building this set, and then it definitely took a long time to build. And then might as well throw in Bruticus over there. So yeah, so there is my custom Fall of Cybertron Combaticons, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review, or showcase.